I would like to call to order the Winthrop School Committee meeting of Monday, October 7th, 2024. This meeting is being held in the Harvey Hearing Room at Town Hall, 1 Metcalf Square. It is also available via Zoom, and it is being broadcast live on WCAT. May I have the roll call, please?
Yes, Ms. Leonard? Yes. Mr. Lettieri?
Here.
Mr. Martucci?
Yep.
Ms. Petrie? Here. Mr. Purinton?
Present.
Ms. Barry?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Purinton, can you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence in memory of Bob DeFelice, a 1983 graduate of Boston College, and very importantly, a teacher and a coach here in Winthrop who touched many students' lives. Thank you. Do we have any public comment tonight? She's a delegate.
Oh,
She's a delegate. She's coming next. Come on, you can pay. I would like to welcome Amelia Spencer. She is the president of the senior class and president of the student council and is here to give us an update on the schools.
Thank you for having me. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Amelia Spencer. I am the senior class president and I am the student council president. And I'm just going to briefly go over what we have up and coming. So student council recently just hosted the freshman orientation, which was held before the first day of school. And as student council, we ensured that the atmosphere was very positive and welcoming, and we went over all of the expectations for Winthrop High School. Student council also held class elections. We recently just hosted a barbecue fundraiser last Friday, and so far the student life is good. All of us students are back, and we are enjoying our classes, athletics, and all of the school activities that are hosted after school. Some of the upcoming events that we have is Curriculum Night, which is this Thursday. Student Council will be guiding the parents to their children's classrooms. The College Fair is on October 24th, and for those of you that don't know what that is, it's just a fair with all of the colleges. And the Homecoming Dance is for the freshmen and sophomores, and that will be on, it's to be determined. And then the Drama Fall Show is on November 14th, November 15th, and November 16th, and I know that they've been practicing very well, and that should be such an amazing show. And then lastly is Pep Rally, which is on November 27th, and then the Thanksgiving game is on November 28th. Go Vikings.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great job. Thank you, Amelia.
Any questions from the committee?
What is the fall performance?
Fall performance, it's 6. It's the show 6.
That'll be cool. Thank you for coming. I know it's hard to sit in front of a bunch of adults and kind of say everything that's going on at school, but for us, we don't, I mean, for those of us that are here every day working, but for these folks that are on the school committee, they love to hear the updates. So we're going to have, Amelia is coming this week, we're going to have the junior class president come to the next, and we'll alternate back and forth so they can bring you sort of all the upcoming events. Steal my thunder for all the public relations, but I do think sometimes it's much better articulated by our students. So thank you, Amelia.
Of course, thank you.
And I know
so much. We really appreciate you
I know you have homework
coming.
to do.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Hi, Suzanne Schwartz, Precinct 4. I wanted to come just, I've been canvassing, and I've spent about 6 hours on the road, so let me tell you what I hear. Some are very enthusiastic about what we're doing, and very excited about the school and want to sign, and are all in and know all about it. Others, however, don't. And if they know about it, they know even very little about their tax base. They literally don't know how this town works. So we've got, I think, some education to do. And I do think it's helpful on a one-to-one basis at this point, since we only have a month. And so Are all of you familiar, all of you have this sheet, is that right? All of you know this information? I think, I'm wondering if you would be willing just to maybe call 10 friends and tell them about it, or put a camera on this and send it to them. Because if they could call 10 friends, if you know 10 friends and they could call 10 friends, I think we would get the ball rolling. I know that it takes a long time to canvass. I've done all of Court Road along with Bob and I go together, but we've done all almost that whole precinct. And those are folks that know a lot about education and are, pretty up to speed on it. But when I tell you that there's lots that don't know about this, really, I'm serious. So if there's anything you can do that would help, I'm kind of out of commission for a week. I'll get back on the road and see what we can do. We have so little time. If this doesn't go through, you know what happens. Then we have to do this all over again. And I'm not so confident the second time we will be doing a lot better than we're doing this time. So I think we should get this passed, and I'll do anything I can. And if you know of any of the kids that are interested, I'd be more than willing to talk to them too. And I don't know, are community hours allowed on political campaigns or not?
It's a good question.
Because there's
Not
seniors
sure.
that have to do volunteer work. And if they don't mind, hanging out with someone on the steering committee, that'd be kind of fun. Because they're our best advocates, I think. So, that's all.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your comment, appreciate it.
Say
Thank you.
hi. Good to see you all.
You too.
Thank you. We have no other delegates and visitors. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of September 23rd?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Berry, second by Ms. Petrie. Any discussion? May I have a roll call, please?
Ms. Leonard?
Yes.
Mr. Lettieri?
Yes.
Mr. Matucci?
Yes.
Ms. Petrie?
Yes.
Mr. Purinton?
Yes.
Ms. Barry?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes. May I have a motion to approve warrant SVW 25-6 in the amount of $249,685.34?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Purinton, second by Ms. Berry. Any discussion? Hearing none, can I have a roll call?
Ms. Leonard?
Yes.
Mr. Lettieri?
Yes.
Mr. Matucci?
Yes.
Ms. Petrie?
Yes.
Mr. Purinton?
Yes.
Ms. Barry?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes. May I have a motion for warrant SVW 25-6A in the amount of $41,401.48?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Berry, second by Ms. Petrie. Any discussion? Hearing none, may I have a roll call?
Ms. Leonard?
Yes.
Mr. Lettieri?
Yes.
Mr. Matucci?
Yes.
Ms. Petrie?
Yes.
Mr. Purinton?
Yes.
Ms. Barry?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes. May I have a motion for the ATC and Fort Banks PTO trunk or treat? And just to note that this is on the agenda because we approved it for the Fort Banks school, when in actuality it will be at the Cummings school.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Petrie, second by Mr. Purinton, and
Just a note, it is a combination of both PTOs, so I think that's
Yes.
important to note, that it's the ATC PTO and the GFB PTO, so I think that might have been the confusion, but it is being housed at the T. Cummings on School Street in the park.
and can you confirm the date that is on Halloween, or?
Nope, it is, I believe it's the 25th,
On the
between
25th.
4:30 and 6:30, and it is, all of the information is being sent out directly from the schools for sign-up, because families do need to sign up in order to participate. It is a Winthrop only event, and it is Winthrop Elementary School students only.
Okay, fantastic. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes. May I have a motion for the Winthrop Gymnastics Academy for their St. Patrick's Day Invitational?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Ms. Berry, second by Ms. Petrie. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes. I will take these together, the Jessica Gordon Academy of Performance for the Nutcracker, and also for a dance recital, approval for use of the facilities.
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Petrie, second by Mr. Purinton. Any discussion?
I am happy to see that other organizations are able to use the beautiful auditorium space. That's all.
Wonderful. I'm sure those will be great events coming up as well. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes. That brings us to the subcommittee policy report.
Yes, we met as a subcommittee, Ms. Petrie, Ms. Leonard, and myself, and we went through 2 groups of policies. The first is Group H, and we'd like to recommend that we accept the policies in Group H in their totality tonight. Group I, we still have some work to do, so we are going to take that in a separate meeting.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve Group H?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Purinton, second by Ms. Petrie. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions or opposition? Motion passes. And that brings us to the superintendent's report.
Thank you. I know tonight we did a moment of silence for Coach DeFelice. This news is very new to us as of yesterday. So we wanted to make sure that we took that moment tonight for us and for the school community. But we will have a more personal and descriptive overview of the life of Coach Defa at a later meeting. Want to give his family time to have a moment of grieving and for them to be able to see this. And I do think there are some people who are going to weigh in. There was a beautiful article in the Bentley Falcon Facebook page today that spoke eloquently about him in his time, not only at Bentley, which was long, but his time in our community too. So we'll be doing more on that. I just wanted to make sure we didn't, people didn't think we were just doing a real true moment. We have some more to go on that, so.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that addition.
Yeah,
I know
sure.
he had a huge impact on our community, and I know that this is a huge
Yeah.
loss.
It is, it's a big one, so more to come on Coach Defa. So just a couple of updates. Flu shots have been available for the staff, so we want to thank the Winthrop Health Department for that. They've advertised it well with our staff in each one of our buildings, and folks are taking advantage of that. MCAS scores are in. We will be scheduling presentations for the committee by the principals, so those will be upcoming in the next few meetings. We have a meeting tomorrow with the admin to go over potential dates for that. We talked about the trunk or treat. Again, it's the October 25th from 4:30 to 6:30. In your packet, you have the forum flyer. I want to thank members of our committee who helped put that together, Julie Barry, Suzanne Leonard, Jen Powell, and then the input from the rest of the committee. Listening to former member Swope tonight, we are working hard with the committee to get our message out and to get our voice out. As small as Winthrop is, it is big when it comes to getting these messages out and trying our best to engage the community. I want to thank the committee that has been actively pursuing members of the community. They were at the Fall Fair again yesterday. I had the opportunity to stop by the table and talk to them. So in putting together the fall forums, we're advertising them on Facebook, town manager's blog. We'll continue to advertise them through the schools, so getting them out to our parents. And we're going to be getting Zoom links out the closer we get to the meeting, so that people have a fresh, active Zoom link. The 2 meetings that don't have Zoom links would be the one that I'll be attending at the curriculum night on Thursday. I'll be a presence an hour before curriculum night starts and staying through. And then the open hours that I'll have here in the Harvey Hearing Room to be able to have anybody walk in. It could be a community member, it could be staff members, parents in between pickup, or after pickup if they'd like to come in and just learn a little bit more, but more importantly, ask questions that they may not have been able to ask before or don't feel comfortable asking. And I'll have some information also to provide them with some handouts about some factual data about the schools that may be of interest for them as they contemplate this decision moving forward.
Lisa, just a quick note on the Zoom links. Will those be posted on the town website once they're available?
Because those meetings we decided to post on the town's website so that folks who watch that calendar will be able to access those. They'll also be sent out to all of our families and posted on the town manager's blog as well. So, school happenings for the Gorman Fort Banks, they're continuing this week training on bookworms, which is our new ELA and reading curriculum. A few little items. October 15th is class picture day, which is always a big day. The 16th is a half a day, and on that half a day, they will be focused on S3, and they'll be doing some facilitated whole child reviews so that they can learn how to do them as a group with some facilitation as we move that program forward. Coming school, their extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities after school are going on. Their clubs, yoga, Legos, they have a million of them, baking. So parents are being advised of those. Mrs. O'Leary would like me just to reiterate that when the students sign up for those after-school programs, we expect that they're going to be there. So sometimes we have students who decide at like 5 minutes or 2 that they don't want to go and they want to run downstairs and call their parent. But for students who don't attend the sessions regularly, they fill up. So there are students on waiting lists that would want to attend. So the expectation is that the students do go, unless, of course, there's an unforeseen circumstance, someone's not feeling well, or something like that. So just a reminder for students to attend. October continues to be Kindness Club Month. The Kindness Club itself is collecting children and adult socks for Socktober. And at the end of the month, those socks will be donated to a local homeless shelter as they're much needed item, especially as we get towards the colder months. Some fun stuff with the coming school, really good stuff. They're continuing to promote positive mindset, growth mindset with their students. So this past week, they sent home affirmations. I brought a copy so you can take it on your way out. But just really cool statements for families to be able to use with kids at home, but so that they can see what we're using with students in the classroom. Things like, statements like, I have the grit and I don't quit, which is a cool one. I build habits that will help me succeed. So that information went home to parents, so the parents can start to reiterate that at home. This is also asthma month for me, just in case anyone wants to know. So, middle school, October 10th is their first evening in-person parent conference session. Those sign-ups go out through the middle school for the parents to sign up with the teachers, and that is actively happening. And then on Friday, October 11th, is an early release day, and those are the afternoon parent conferences. Those meetings are both in person and on Zoom. As everybody knows, October 14th, district-wide, is a no-school day for Columbus Day. The high school, Mr. Crombie would like parents to know that grades have been posted in Power School. They were posted on Wednesday, and that's going to reflect students' progress and their current progress in all their coursework, and they're about halfway through quarter one. Their curriculum night, again, is this Thursday. Special guest out there would be me, talking about giving folks information about why we need an override and hopefully answering any questions that people may have. Again, I'll have paperwork for people, snippets of what they may want to know about the school's budget. Let's see, college fair, Amelia talked about that. The 29th PSATs are going to be administered to grades 10, and on the 30th of this month, it will be grade 11. That's done during the school day. PSATs are subfunded by the Facela monies that come into the school, so it's at no cost to the students. And then Picture Day is October 15th for the high school, and order forms are distributed to students this week. And the high school student council is continuing to run a back-to-school supply drive. It ends at the end of next week, so if people have things that they want to drop off, there's a box in the front office that they can do that. And just quick congratulations to the September athletes of the month, Melissa Cash for Saugus, for soccer. I get Saugus on the mind, and Riley Moichio for football. And I believe that is about it. Enrollment sits at close to the same number as last week, 2 weeks ago when we last met. So we're up and down a little bit. We have some students moving in. We're still continuing to cross-check lots of residency. So those numbers, if you see them going up and down, we're at 208. And that's where we were, no, we're at
2008.
Yeah, 2008, 2008 students, I believe we're at 2003 students, I believe last week 2 weeks ago, we were at 2008. We still have students that are registering in the Parent Information Center. At last check, there were about 13 students that were still attempting to register, and so they're what we call in the queue. Some may make it through registration, others may not, but the numbers continue to climb. So that's important for folks to know, and I think that is all I have tonight.
Any questions? Do we have any homeschool applications?
We do, we have one homeschool application for a new high school student. Everything is in place. They will be participating in an approved online program, and I would recommend approving.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the new homeschool application?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Berry, second by Ms. Petrie. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes. And that brings us to new hires, and roll right in from there into postings.
Sure, so just to mention the new hires, and many of these new hires have started, 2 to 3 weeks ago, but just to mention who they are, Kristen Boyven is a new second grade teacher here in Winthrop. Kelly Downing is a long-term substitute for grade 2 for this year. Jillian Kafori is an ESP hired at the Gorman Fort Banks School. It's important to note that she is the granddaughter of Arthur T. Cummings, so we like to keep it in the family. Colin McNaught is a social studies teacher at the high school. Graham Rooney is covering for maternity leave as a long-term sub, and Natalie Sullivan has been hired as a speech-language pathologist at the middle school. We do not have any resignations this week, and the postings that we have, again, these are a little bit behind, and we have filled some of them, like the long-term substitute in grade 2, so you can take that off. The ESP for the long-term substitute can come off. We are looking for a long-term substitute for grade 8 and also for drama. We have a lot of maternity leaves this year. I think we're at maybe 8. I think we have 8 so far. That doesn't mean there's 8 happening right now, but as we move forward, so we're excited about new little people in Winthrop. But with that excitement comes our need to have to cover. So we're getting pretty good at people telling us a fair amount of time in advance, which is super helpful. But again, that's a personal decision for folks to tell us when they're going to be going out on that type of a leave. So, and that is all I have for staffing.
Any new business? And we have no unfinished business, and so that brings us to public relations.
Public relations. So I think we may have covered all of public relations. Just 1 second. Did I cover them all? I did cover them all, and Amelia covered some of it as well. So that is it.
Okay, excellent. Any other public relations that have not been mentioned? I want to emphasize and encourage people to attend the forums to get more information on the override, and I also want to highlight that this committee will be having at our next meeting, we will be having a public forum at the beginning of the meeting in order for people to come and get more education and have any questions answered. And with that, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Berry, second by Ms. Petrie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions or, no, motion passes. We are adjourned.